Hey guys, this is Hetu and welcome back to etlqalabs. So in previous session, I needed your opinion whether or not we should start the Selenium session because I already explained in the previous session, right? What is the need of Selenium or what is the use of web or UI automation, right? And one of the powerful tool is Selenium that is being used in the market. And believe me, about 90-95% engineers are working on the Selenium itself when it comes to UI automation, right? So wherever you go, people will be asking about Selenium, and the one of another powerful combination with Selenium when it comes to language is Java, right? So again, the same 80-90% people are using Java itself, right, with Selenium. So it is why it is Java with Selenium because Java is also very old language, and when Selenium people started learning Selenium, I think they chosen the Java, and so that's the reason this combination Selenium with Java, right, is one of the very famous are very popular among the SDAT are about the automation engineers, right? So what we will do is we will so based on opinion, I think I received good feedback from you. I think you guys wanted this session to be continued, but this session will be very lengthy, guys. Why? Because I am going to teach you from I assume that you guys don't know anything about Java, okay, and you don't know anything about Selenium, right? And you are kind of a fresher, right? That is the level actually I'm trying to keep here so that you all can get benefited here, right? So because that is the whole intention of this channel, right? I don't want to start you from I don't want to assume that you know some bit of Java and then you already know what is data type, how does it work, etc. I think I don't want to assume that part because I completely understand that many people who are on this channel, I think maybe some students also, right, who really wanted to learn Java. So for the sake of simplicity, I would like to do this entire course in two sections. One is Java, and then after that, once we cover the Java and are reasonably we got some good understanding on Java, we will start the Selenium. Okay, and as you know, this channel is free, right? So it is just to help the community, right? And I'm going to teach you each and everything here, right? This is not like this content. The content that I'm going to cover is it's going to be as good as the paid courses that you might be expecting outside, right? And I since the whole purpose of this channel is to help the people and contribute to our community, I'm going to do these videos and each and every things. And one commitment from you I want is you have to actually go along with me, right? How I go, and you follow me, and then see that once you completely cover the course, I think you will be at some different place. Okay, and you will have lot of confidence attending Selenium questions answer, and we will try to see that we can do small projects, right, that even you can use it for your knowledge or for your demonstration resume, etc., right? If you want to, if you also develop it, you can also showcase that you have done this kind of POC or work, right? Something like that. So we will see that, but that's like I think that will be at the end of the session probably. And this complete series, even I don't know how long it will be, but maybe it will be very long, I guess, because Java itself is very vast, and then Selenium, I think Selenium is not too vast, but then again, yes, right? So you have to learn first Java, and what part of Java we need to learn basically, guys, is basically the core Java. Okay, I'm not expecting you to know the Spring or all those advanced concepts of Java, right? Only core Java is important, wherein you can actually apply the logic to do the testing, right? So all those things. So we'll be covering the core Java, but within the core Java also, if you learn, I think it's vast. Okay, So I'll be picking up only those important topics which will be actually relevant to a tester, right? For the Q engineer, automation engineer, and not, applicable to whole of, people who are there like developer and all, right? Because we don't need to really learn everything, and Java is very vast, we know. So we really don't need to learn everything. And later, once you get a lot of confidence, and then you can learn by your own if you want to excel or you want to do something. But from Selenium point of view, I will try to cover everything that may be needed for your automation, right? All right, guys. So that's good, and let's start then. So what we will do is we will cover first Java, okay, and then we will cover the Selenium once we almost complete the Java, right? That's a context about this complete series. All right. I'll be creating a separate playlist, probably one for Java and one for Selenium, right? And then you can actually check the videos one by one in those corresponding playlist, okay? And I will also suggest that if some of your friend basically or whoever really need, this free training, I think you should be able to send this information or share the link so that they can also get benefited. All right. So that's all, guys. Let's start then. What is Java first of all? So we'll cover the Java. So we'll cover today a bit of intro about Java, and then we will see installation of Java, okay, JDK, right? And then we will also install one IDE. IDE. It is we will see IntelliJ, okay, IntelliJ IDEA, guys, okay. So this is the IDE that we will be using for development. So for developing our code, right? So this is the platform we will be using it, IDEA IntelliJ, right? So there is one more, I think, very popular one. I think NetBeans is also there. Two, three are there, but most popular is Eclipse and IntelliJ, I think. Okay, in the market, Eclipse. Okay. So I'm not going to install Eclipse. I already have it. So I wanted to show you how do you install it. So anything will work, right? So one of the ID you need. Why you need ID? Because you want to write the code, and then when you write the code, rather than writing on the notepad or any text pad, if you write the code on the IDE, it will guide you if there is any, you are typing something wrong or some syntax. It will give you a lot of, auto correction, a lot of help basically. It will be highlighting if there is any compiler, if there is any, compile time error, etc. Right? So that's the reason we will use this ID. We will install this too. And JDK is basically it's a complete Java. Basically, JDK will provide you the full form of JDK is Java Development Kit. So it will provide you environment for your development of your code, and then also it will provide something called JRE. It comes within the same package, right? So JRE is Java Runtime Environment. That's where actually you can use this JDK for development of your code and running the code. Obviously, you are actually going to write the code on IntelliJ IDEA here, but when you actually hit run, then it will actually run on this JDK, right? So this is what I think. So let's try to understand with the intro, guys, first. Okay. So what is Java first of all? Okay. So Java is basically a purely object-oriented program, guys. Okay. Object-oriented programming language. Okay. Programming language. And we'll see that what is purely and then what is partially, etc. And so let's go back to the history a bit. So we all might be, at least people of my um, age group, I think they already have worked on C++, right? And that C++ was even now actually. So that time we were actually using in college. They basically C or C++, right? Now also it's very popular C++ and C. But C is basically procedural language, okay? Procedural language. It's not object oriented. So there are two type of languages in computer world. One is a procedural language, and the second one is object oriented programming language. Okay. So C was actually which was very which has been developed long back, I think. and then that was completely procedural language, and then after that extension of C came as a C++. Okay, and C++ was actually both, so it was object oriented plus procedural language. Okay, procedural, so it was both. All right. Now, so and but the Java is basically purely object-oriented language. Okay, so let's try to know a little bit about Java. So Java was actually developed by Sun Microsystem. Okay, Sun Microsystem. One second, guys. Sun Microsystem in US, guys. Okay, in US 1991. Okay, 1991. And this particular language, and the developer name was the person who developed or invented, that person's name was James Gosling. Okay, he was one of them, right? But there were many people basically, so he was one of the person, and that's the reason I just thought of mentioning it here. So this, I think it's 91, right? So it's more than 30 years now. You see that this is this even the Java was like 30 years back it was developed, and now if you see market-wise, I think give me a second. All right, give me a second, guys. Let me put the charger on. All right. So like now most of the devices or most of the softwares are built on Java, right? So around 80-90%, that's what figure I guess, yeah. So 90-80% people are using actually this Java, all right? Or I would say the total devices in the worldwide, right? So it is very much popular language, right? One of the most popular language basically in the software, in the software field, right? So that's the reason I think it's very important that we need to understand a bit about it. And then another thing is, guys, whether so the languages, each of these languages are either you know um, either compiled language or they are procedural language, right? Sorry, if they are compiled one, or they are having the interpreter. Okay, so there are two concepts, right? So Java is basically, the question can be, people might ask you whether Java is a interpreted language or it is a compiled language. Okay, so you should be able to answer it. So let me okay, I think I already draw it somewhere. Okay, it's here. So see, this is the how the Java works basically, right? So you write some code basically on the ID, okay, and that when you save it, it's basically in .java format, okay. Once you write the code, that is in Java format, and this is this box basically. This is called the source code, okay. And once you run it, it will be converted by compiler into bytecode. Bytecode is the intermediate code, and this bytecode and then interpreter will be actually running. So once you hit the run button, it will automatically convert into bytecode, and it will also convert into machine code using the interpreter. So you see this diagram. If you remember this diagram, I think you will be able to answer this question, right? So it is both. It is compiled language and also it is an interpreted language, right? Because it is basically converting into bytecode in between, and that's where the interpreter takes care and it converts into machine code. All right. So this, I think, just keep in mind. I think this is important. So we will see that. I think this is just a bit of theory. That's why I just wanted to cover it. All right. Now, what we will do is we will try to. This is a little bit about intro. I don't want to, feed too much so that you get yourself confused, right? So that's the reason we will not do too much about intro and all. We have lot many things to learn about object-oriented programming as we cover all those, sections. I will definitely cover the object-oriented feature, right? But let's go easy now. Okay. The next thing that we can do is this one, right? Installation of Java Jdk. Okay. So we have to do one thing. We have to actually install this Java Jdk, and then we have to install IDE. That is a IntelliJ, right? So we have to go here and we have to just type install Java Jdk. Okay. When you search it, you'll get the very first link. This is the Java download from Oracle. Right now, Oracle is has taken care this Java or Sun microsystem. Right now, you see if you scroll down, this is the link from the oracle.com. Now, if you come down, I think you'll be able to see it here something. So this is JDK, right? So JDK, Java Development Kit, 18 version, right? Version 18. So if you go to Windows, if you are using the Windows machine, and you can just go to this 64 bit installer. So you also check. I think most of the people are using 64 only because now it's coming as a 64 only. But you see that I think this 64 installer .exe, you have to actually download this file. Okay, I'm not going to download because I already have downloaded. I'll directly show you how to install. Once you click here, it will start downloading. Okay, and the second thing is what you have to do is basically you have to install the IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, so install. We have to just download that also. IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, in IDEA. Okay. So when you go here, I think you will go to here, all right? JetBeans. Okay, let's go there. IntelliJ IDEA. Okay. I think we have to just install the community version. Okay. So let's see if we have it here. 1 second, guys. Please. Okay. Okay. I go here. Whether we have to go, I think probably here. This is the download. Yes, this is the one, right? So we have to actually go to here, right? And the download community version. You make sure that you are actually using the community version. And it says that for JVM and Android development, right? And so this particular, click on this button and then it will install it for you, right? Now, it will take some time once this is installed, guys. I have already installed it, so I have this two installer here. Now, once you are done with this, okay, we will actually what we'll do, we'll install the JDK first so that we have the Java now. Before that, I want to see whether I have Java already or not. So check that. You just go here to start, guys, and then you just type cmd command, cmd, or you can directly go to command prompt, okay, by navigating. And then what you can do here is you can just run a command called Java version, okay, hyphen version. You see Java version 1.8 is already there, okay. 1 second, guys. So what? One, two, 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 two. 1 second. Is it something that I wanted? 8. Let me check it once again. JDK. Okay. Java 1.8. No, guys, I don't want 1.8 because I already have 1.8. Let me see. 1 second. Just Java 8. Okay, so give me a second. That is Java 8 and this is Java 11. Java 11. JDK 11. Give me a second. Okay. Let's try to use this, right? Java, not Java 8. Okay. Let's use JDK 11. Okay. Java 11. Okay. Here, if I see, it is basically 1.8, right? One light, one second. Okay, fine. So I just want to use this particular version. Okay, which is Java 11. Okay, and let's see. I will just give it a try here. Okay, because I already have 8, so you might face some problem. Let me try this. Okay, so this is installer. Okay, Let's try to, it's window. Make sure you are going to correct machine. If you are using Linux, Solaris or anything, otherwise if you are using, most of the time we are all are using Windows, right? At home at least. So, okay. Now I have to click here. I reviewed, accepted, and I'll just download it. So it will start downloading, guys. Okay. Oh, okay. So give me a second. I think I already have credential for Oracle. One second. All right, guys. So you can, if you do not have account on Oracle, I think you can actually create it here. Okay. Once you create it, it will start downloading. So for me, I think it started. I think I have just already downloaded. Okay. Now let me go there. Okay, let me go there. I have already copied it here. Now this was my older one, and one second, guys. One second. Okay. So we will use this, right? So because we have already 1.8, right? And that is I'm not going to use, so I'm going to use 11, version 11, right? So let's try to click on this one. So this is 11. Let's see how does it go, right? And okay, let's start then. It's going to take some time. Let's wait. Okay. Okay, you have to say next. Next. No change, guys. Just continue next, next, next. Okay. But let's wait here. Let's give a second, I think, here. So now you see JDK 11, right? Successfully installed, it will say. Now you can close it. All right. Now, once it is closed, I think you need to do one thing. You need to just go here and just type env. Okay. We have to set the environment. Okay. So we have to go to env and then we have to go here. And guys, I already had before Java 8, right? I think I need to just go here, Java home, right? In the system variable, I have already have Java home. Let me see where it is. Yeah, this is the home, right? So here you see it is already 1.8, right? And I need to just replace it if I need to use this new one. Okay, one second. So this is 11, the one that we just installed, right? So let me copy this and I need to just open it here. Okay. All right. I think we are all good now. We'll say yes. And for you, if you are first time, you don't have anything, then you have to actually do two things here. Okay. You have to just go here. You have to say new, and then you put this, right? Java underscore home in capital, and then you put this path basically, right? So you have to just go to programs and see that where it is installed. Normally, this is the path basically. Okay. So you just have to check whether the JDK is installed basically, right? So for example, in this case, I have this, right? So in program files, and then I have got Java, and then within this I have this version. So these are the older version, but this is today, right? See, 19.8. All right. So this is how you can do it, and then you can just say okay, that will be fine, and then you have to go to this path. Okay. Second thing, go to this path and you find something here. Where is your Java? So here also you have to say edit, or you can just say new, right? If you say new, it will give you a new line, okay? But I am not going to do anything here. So here you see, if you have to just say this line, right? So percentage Java underscore home in capital, and then everything until bin, right? So you have to put this. The same thing you can copy paste the same thing actually, okay? Once you create the Java home, right? And that's all. All right. So now we are done. Now let me go back and check, okay, whether we have got the new version or not. Okay. Let me see. Oops. Is it something that we need to restart or something? Let me try. Java version. Let me see. Perfect. See, now it is 11.0, right? So this is already coming now. Java 11, basically, right? This version is coming now. So now what we will do is we already got this new version, and now the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to Java part is done. We have to install this IDE, right? So that we can actually write our program. Just double click. This is the community version that we have installed, right? So let's give few seconds. I think it's a little bigger file, guys, but yeah, I think it should be okay. Say okay, then you say continue. Don't change anything, let it be, guys. Okay, community create desktop. No, I don't want anything. I just want to say okay, add bin folder to the path. I think you just have to take care of this, because this will automatically add bin folder to the path. Okay, so this you have to say check. Okay, this you have to keep in mind. All right, now I'll say next, installed, nothing else is needed. Just say next, next, next. Still taking time, guys, I think so. We have to give a bit more time here. All right, so completing IntelliJ community. Okay, I want to manually, okay, reboot now, I will say, okay, so that it can reboot. 1 second, guys. Let me, we need to reboot our system, right? I just don't want to do it right now. So let's do one thing. Finish. This is all done. Okay. So this is all done, guys, and probably once I reboot this, I think this session will also go, right? It will be done. So let's do one thing. From the next session, what we will do is, so installation part is done already, guys. Okay. So if I show you here, IntelliJ, I think it will not come until I reboot it. Okay. So that's fine, I think. But then probably from the next session, we will use this IntelliJ for writing our Java code. Okay, path and everything. You will see that. I think it should be everything set up already. We just need to go and create project and start working on this, right? So from the next session, we will see that actual. We will write the first code in the next session, guys, right? And I hope you are able. So this is one-time activity, and you should follow this video. Step by step. I think it will be pretty easy. I think you will not have any problem. If you still have any problem, just let me know so that I can help you. If you really want to, you are serious about learning Selenium, I think, and I am also not going on very high pace, so that you have ample of time to just brush up the things, to connect the things. Okay, and so that's the reason I will do, I think, maximum two or one video in a week, guys. Okay, so I don't know when I will do, in the beginning, or I think end of the week probably. We'll see that Thursday, Friday, right? But then important is you will get the notification anyways, right? And then you can actually start practicing, right? So we'll learn the Java very slow pace, so that you also get understanding. And then important is the concept, guys, right? Once you understand the concept, I think you will never forget the things, right? And then you will be able to do it. So that's all for this video. I think I'll stop, I mean, I will um, stop this video here only, and then in the next session we'll see the first session of the Java. That's where we will write the first code in Java. Okay, so that's all, guys, for this video, and I sincerely hope that you will follow this session and you will learn, make use of the best, right? And also do share with your friends and family, whoever need it, so that they can also learn it for free, right? And that's all for this video, and I'll see you soon with the next video. Until then, happy learning. God bless you. Bye.